Everyone has seen those headlines about €1 house in Sicily, but can you actually buy a house for such a small price, especially if you want to live near the sea? I viewed 3 houses and today I'm going to show you all of them, their price, their downside, and actually if I would buy one of them. Before I show you houses I viewed in Sicily, I want to address a €1 house because I see it's a hot topic currently. The €1 house is usually a starting acquisition price, but there are a lot of costs connected with the renovation of the house, permits, and these houses are usually located in a very rural and inland places of Sicily. If you want to buy a house near the sea, connected to the main roads and close to the supermarkets, restaurants and airports, €1 house scheme is not for you. But the other thing which is very important for me and why actually I would not look into €1 house is the residency. The program for €1 house is created to attract people into the small town, into the village. So you cannot basically buy this house as an investment. For me, location matters, and I want to be close to bars, restaurants, airports, and of course I want to be close to the sea. Therefore, I chose these 3 houses to view. So the house number 1 is located in a perfect town of Terrasini, close to airport and also close to the sea. So this house is located on 2 levels with a very beautiful terrace overlooking the main church of Terrasini. The beach and the sea is 10-minute walk, and the closest restaurant and shop probably is like 1-minute walk because you're right away near the main piazza. The downside of this house is it's a very old house and it needs major renovation. It is located on 2 levels and you can potentially build 2 apartments there, but that would require even more investment. This is the plan which a real estate agent proposed to me, and he mentioned that the cost of the renovation would be €50,000. The asking price of this house is €100,000. I really enjoyed that house. I see the long-term vision, but for me as a young investor without any experience, I think this renovation project would be too difficult because I'm looking into something where I would not need to invest that much of money and time, and actually also faced with the permits for the historic center renovations. So that house was for me right away a no, even though I was interested to see it in person. House number 2 is very small house with already approved project from a city council, and this house is located in Castellammare del Golfo. The house is very small and the asking price for this house is €55,000. This is much less than the first house, and also it will require less investment for the renovation, especially already with approved projects. The approved project for this house is the project for creating a terrace, which for me is a no-brainer. I mean, if you want to buy a house near the sea, you need to have a terrace, even though this terrace will not have a sea view. There are still quite substantial works to be done to this house, and it is located in a very quiet area outside of the historic center of the Castellammare del Golfo, and the proximity to the sea or to the lungomare is about 20 minutes by foot, which can be sometimes a downside for tourists who want to rent something and be in 10 minutes already at the beach. So this house was cute and the approved project is a pretty good deal, but still I would say for me it would be a no. And let's jump into the last house. The last house was actually from the pictures my favorite house because it had a perfect layout to me, and also it was a very affordable price. But that was before we arrived there. This house is a bird nest. Yeah, exactly. The asking price is €42,000, which is very affordable, and the house is located in Castellammare del Golfo, which is a beach town. It is very close to a historic center and it is very close to the shop, restaurants and the beach. When we entered the house, there were 10 pigeons living there, and all the house was covered with the pigeon poo. I don't think that the owner of this house has really intentions to sell it, because if you want to sell it, you at least will clean the house and present this house actually to people so you see the value in the house. So again, the house is, I think it has its value because of the location, but the rest for me was definitely a no here. So I couldn't imagine myself to deal with such a crumbling house. Yeah, it was, for me, the location was perfect, the layout was pretty good, the price was actually very good, because you can potentially renovate this house for 35,000 euro, and then you have a property in the historic center of Castellammare for like 75,000 euro, but also there could be some hidden problems in the house which will make the price of renovation go up very easily. These were three houses I viewed, and this is actually what you can get in Italy for a quite affordable price, but you then, on the contrary of the €1 house, you can do whatever you want with this house. It can be your primary residence, you can rent it to tourists, you can also stay there as a secondary residence, and as well as you can then sell it later, which will be also a problem with a €1 house. So my goal by viewing these houses wasn't to find the cheapest house in Sicily, but my goal was to find a good house where I could invest money and renovate and have a good return on investment in future 5 to 10 years. That's why I choose the locations as Castellammare del Golfo and Terrasini, because these are prime locations where tourists are coming all year round, and in comparison from 2019 to 2024, the amount of tourists in these towns grew up to 56%. So that were my main points why I decided to look into properties in this area, and I will continue looking into the properties. I have much more houses which I viewed, but I will leave it here. If you're interested in buying a house in Sicily and you would like to see more of real viewings rather than listings on internet, let me know and I will do another video like that. Thanks a lot for watching. I will see you in my next video. Ciao!